Well, first of all, I'm not surprised to hear this from the Electoral Commission, because the Electoral Commission has not been responsive to suggestions for change. As you know, I am part of the Progressive People's Party. And after the 2012 elections, we sat down and decided that the best thing that we could do for Ghana was not to go and engage in any acts of violence or get into arguments or go to court or do any of those kinds of things. We felt that the best we could do was to put down on paper our observations and recommendations for improving the electoral process in Ghana. So we were looking ahead, because in the heat of an election, all kinds of things can be said and done. In the end, at least the history in this country shows that people take entrenched positions and somehow those same positions prevail. I have been through an election in the year 2000 where in the end I took the matter to court. The case stayed in court till the next election. And before the next election, they had to come to me to seek permission to remove the old ballot papers from the boxes in order for us to have the next 2004 elections. So I'd learned that, going through all of these things, in some other countries, yes, it makes a difference. But here in Ghana, either you take it like that and you walk away, or you engage in certain activities that if you don't take care might result in destabilizing the country, and many of us felt that was not necessary. So we put our thoughts on paper, made recommendations to the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission did not see it fit to even respond to the letter we sent to them, because we were making the points. On a number of fronts, we talked about the register. We talked about the foundation of the register. We wanted them to discuss whether it's the use of the National Identification Database as the foundation for registering people. We wanted to talk about electronic voting. We wanted to talk about even the idea of having polling agents, which is something that is not known in, let me put it this way, civilized societies in the world. You go to the UK, there are no such things as polling agents. You go to the US, there's no such thing. In Japan, there is no such thing. But in Ghana, we have people that go and sit there, and then we say that those same people don't have the right to stop anybody or do anything, and yet they are there causing havoc. So I'm saying to you that they had demonstrated to us that they would not listen to matters of change. And so, yes, they bring everybody together. You ask people's their points of view. We sent someone to make a presentation to them, and I think many people who observed what happened at that session that the Electoral Commission put together, they would testify that our representative was one of the few who actually gave an informed presentation and made concrete suggestions to the Commission. So if the Commission looks at all of that stuff and comes and says, well, this is what we're accepting. Well, let me go back to the people, the panel. I say so-called independent panel, because from their own conduct and behavior, you could tell that, the independence of mind, of thought, was not there. You can gain that from the way somebody asks a question. Our person was making recommendations, bringing up observations. But when you hear the people who otherwise, they're people that I respect, you know, in this society, a number of them, people I respect, Professor Queno, you know, Justice Crabb, these are people that I've respected over the years and continue to. But in my view, based on the questioning, the independence of thought was not there. And you could tell that they were moving in a certain direction. And lo and behold, they came up with recommendations that proved that. And then the Electoral Commission also saying, well, this is where we're going to go. How are they going to go and clean up this register? How are they going to do that? I don't know. I don't know how. So my point is, we're not surprised to hear and to read that this is what the Electoral Commission is saying. When we get the letter officially, as a political party, we will sit down and respond accordingly.
But